Welcome back everyone to the Hello World Guy, and this is another episode, episode number 19 of the C++ for Beginner series. And in this video we are going to finish the program that we had in the last video. So if you remember, in the last video we kind of set up this program account class, and we made kind of this program which basically allows the user to enter a name and then sets and a starting balance and sets the account to be that. Now we want the user to actually be able to make transactions through the account. So how are exactly we going to go about that? So for example, we might want to have insert, well, first of all, obviously we want to ask the user to enter a transaction. Let me go and say cout, and we are going to say enter a transaction. So a transaction, and we are going to basically then provide a key to the user. So we are going to do this. And we are going to then put a new line after that. Actually, let me put a semicolon, and we are going to say something like we are going to have if I look here, you can see we have got a balance, a withdraw, and deposit. And so we are going to put a key for that. We are going to say D for deposit, and then after that you don't need to start a new line. You can add /t, which means it will put a tab break after that. So we will say new line, and then we will say withdraw. So W will be withdraw, and then we will put B for checking balance, or maybe actually just put C. We are going to say check balance, like that. Yeah. And yes, like that. So this /t means a tab break. We will if I start the game, start the program now, it will ask me to enter a name, which I can say, for example, David, because why not, and then starting balance 878, let's say, and then it will ask us to enter a transaction, and you can see this is what it looks like with the tab break. So anyways, after that we are going to close this, and now let us go ahead and actually do something with the transactions. We want to take some value in from the user and then use that to check. So we are going to put a car here called operation or transaction, you can call it whatever you want, and then I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to basically take C in and take the operation. But obviously before we do that, we are going to put a new line after this. So after that done, this will give us an operator, and what we want to do with this is we want to use this operator to do something. And by the way, obviously you don't need to create variables at the top. You can create them after that if you want to, because it's up to you where you create variables. But when you create a variable, you can only use it after that. You cannot use this op variable before, because it has been created afterwards. So with that done, let's go down and let's try to basically add a switch statement, which we learnt about, if I'm not wrong. And for the switch here, I'm going to say operation, and then I'm going to say case, and then I'm going to say case, and maybe you can put whatever you want here. So for example, we have got D for deposit. You can obviously change these to whatever kind of order you want. So for the deposit, we are going to we are going to actually, let me just put break here because you don't want to forget that. And we are going to ask the user to how many amount he wants to deposit. So cout how much to deposit. So how much to deposit, and then we will allow the user to enter an amount. So before we do that, I'm also going to, when I'm creating this character, I'm actually going to let me just press if you press alt, you can actually move this line up, and I'm going to move it here. And then I'm going to also have a character called operation, and then I'm also going to add a double here called amount. So amount, which we can use for whatever we want. So amount, and we are going to go ahead and say C in amount for depositing, and then we are going to just go ahead and say deposit. So we are going to say account, which we have got acc dot deposit deposit, and then we are going to give it our amount, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, but I think that one thing that we should change is that this deposit function should also return a double. So I'm going to copy this double, and I'm going to go here and paste this, which means that whenever we do any transaction, we will return the balance, so that we can use this efficiently without causing any problems. So we are going to return the balance, and let's actually go ahead and what we can do is we can just say cout, and then we can say account dot deposit, and this will serve a multi-purpose function. Firstly, it will deposit the amount, and then it will return the new amount, and that amount can be used directly in the function, thus reducing the amount of code needed. So we are going to say uh, new balance. So first let me put this here and say new balance, and then we're gonna say is, and we can do that, and then we can put like a new line after that. Alright, so with that done, we can basically try to do the same thing with the withdraw, but obviously we will have a different case and different everything, but this would be similar. So I'm going to copy this and paste, and then I'm going to change this to W, because you cannot have two cases of the same type. And then we are going to say how much to withdraw, and we are going to say withdraw here, like that. And if it asks to check the balance, so we are going to add another case here for C, which will be for checking the balance. And we are going to say basically we can say something like C out, or no, yeah, just say C out balance is, and you can basically put account dot balance. So we can say account dot balance, like that, which accepts no arguments, and then we are going to put a new line here and that. Alright, that's pretty awesome. And by the way, I put a character here, but a string here. Obviously, since it's a single character, you can do whatever you want, or you can maybe put multiple characters if you want to. Alright, with that done, we have got this, and this will obviously only execute once. So if I start the game, start the program, I enter a name, and then I enter a starting balance, and then I want to check my balance. If I say C, you can see it says balance is 88 and it ends. But we want the user to allow it, the user to basically continue doing as many operations as the user wants. So what we are going to do is we are going to put a while loop in here. Just press tab and it will put everything in here, and we will cut all of this by pressing Ctrl X, and I'm going to go up here, and in here we are going to basically paste everything literally that we had in here. So that will put it inside of a while loop, which is currently executing forever. But we are going to go up here, and we are going to create a boolean, which means a true or false variable called quit actually. And while we are going to say not quit, which you do by putting a exclamation mark. So while we are not quitting, we are going to continue doing this, and quit by default is going to be false. You can set that explicitly if you want to by saying like equal to false, I guess equal to false. Alright, and we are going to go here and actually add in another key here. So after checking the balance, we are going to add yet another tab, and then I'm going to say Q for quit. Alright, yeah. So after that, we are going to do down here, and we are going to say balances. We are quitting when we get the Q. So if I get Q, then we are going to basically set our quit variable is equal to true. However, you can see that what you might not notice is that we have got a small problem in here. And can you guess that? And if you did, then that's pretty awesome, because we forgot to put a break here, which will cause it to automatically execute the quit statement even if we press C, which is obviously going to be problematic. So after that, we have basically got our whole program done. So let's start. And what you should see is it asks me to enter my name. Then I say something like David Jones, like that. And if I press enter, and I'm going to put a starting balance of 100, and you can obviously put points here as well. So we're going to say deposit, and how much to deposit? 76.744, which you can see its new balance is this. And if I say C, it checks the balance. And if I say withdraw, and I withdraw like 200, then it will say transaction failed. And if I try to withdraw, and I try to withdraw 150, then it transaction will work, and our new balance is this. And if I say C, you can see balance, it reports the new balance correctly. And if I say Q, then the program ends. So yeah, this is pretty awesome for this video, and in the next video we will learn about header files, and make sure to stay tuned for that, and I will see you in the next one, and bye.